Krishna, good evening, welcome all of you all for our weekly Wednesday evening Ramakatha. We are always discussing on Wednesdays. We have Ramakatha session. On Saturdays we have Bhagavatam, and on Sundays we have Bhagavad Gita recording. So welcome all of you. So we are in the midst of the third chapter. We have completed the 9th verse. So let's have a fast recap of what we studied in this chapter. Okay, can anyone give me the feedback? What did we do? Last lecture, what did we discuss? क्या discuss here?
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
Yes, Prabhu, you'll have to be a little louder.
हरे कृष्णा प्रभु जी.
क्या?
लास्ट वीक हम लोगों ने देखा कि वाल्मीकि जी को यानी रामायण का बिगिनिंग एब्रप्ट नहीं है, तो उसका कॉन्टेक्स्ट कैसे
that we discussed why Ramayana looks apparently as if it is starting abruptly, but it isn't abrupt, but it appears like that because we starting from the point of doubt where Valmiki doubts, how come the great Lord Ramchandra has sent his wife to the forest, pregnant wife? There he gets a doubt, and that's the time whenever a person is in doubt, he should approach a guru. Here the guru comes automatically and he asks him the question. Samprapam loke gunavanascha kasyacha viryavan. He asks all that 16 qualities he asks. So, other than that, what did we discuss? Anyone remembers? Okay, I'll tell you. We discussed about Valmiki taking Achaman and then sitting with a firm decision that he is going to come right now compose the entire Valmiki Ramayan. And it is compared in what was the preparation of Valmiki ji? It is compared as if he is having a citrus fruit in his hand, like a juicy fruit. बस उसको दबाना था और juice निकल जाएगा. So entire Ramayan was in his hand. Oh, juice means the essence. Mind you, something is called story and something called essence. There are two different things altogether. जैसे आप नींबू आप लोगे और ऐसा आप उसको चबाओगे तो उसमें वो टेस्ट नहीं आएगा, but if you remove the juice of it, that's the essence. Here you're talking of the essence. Valmiki is having the essence ready for the Ramayana. This hand, just like a citrus fruit. Now, what can anyone explain the word essence? How do we understand? I once again request all participants to turn their videos because it's very difficult to give a lecture for blank screen. I want this to be a virtual class so that it becomes easier for me also to connect. Yes. Can anyone explain to me what is the meaning of
Prabhuji? Hare Krishna Prabhuji. Essence is whatever matter जो है उसका सार क्या है, निचोड़. That is called essence.
Very good. Or something more?
Prabhuji, what do we like? What goes in the mind to understand that exactly why a particular thing is happening or why it's living in that way? So to understand what is the exact reason behind that?
The secrets behind those various activities. Yeah. Mind you, it's the secrets. There are very secrets behind every activity. A few weeks before we had one lecture, and that one Mahan Murthy had asked, hey, why is there the comment section he had asked, Ramchandra ji ate meat. He ate meat in the jungle. Why don't you mention that in the lecture? वो क्यों छुपा के रखते हो? आप क्यों नहीं बताते? There is a shloka which says Ram and Lakshmana killed 4 deers. But the 52 chapter of the Ayodhya Kanda, the last verse, there's this very good shloka which mentions Rama and Lakshmana both kill 4 varieties of deers. And there it is not mentioned they eat the meat. They take the pure stuff which is required, which they desire. Now, इसको interpret करने वाले लोग अलग अलग तरीके से interpret. Desire को आप hunger भी बोल सकते हो. भूख भी एक तरह का इच्छा है. कोई चीज पाने का भी इच्छा होता है तो भी that is also called as hunger. I am hungry for name, fame, power. So hunger doesn't mean only virtual hunger. So one who desires or one who requires, And what is the first thing people like Rama and Sita and Lakshmana who have gone to the forest, what is the prime requirement? Forest products. First product what they require is animal skin, deer skin, not deer flesh. Mind you, they have to live. He has already mentioned n number of times when Rama is leaving for the forest. He has mentioned, I'm going to eat only on fruits and roots. It tells Sita also, वहाँ पे जल्दी खाना नहीं मिलेगा, बहुत भूख लगेगा आपको. Fruits and roots you won't get very easily. So it is clearly mentioned. Secondly, did he carry garam masala, gas, chula, and oil, all the other stuffs required for cooking? He is not an animal to eat raw meat. So this is where the people's understanding gets bewildered. And here, this is Tatvata. This is the meaning of the essence. And once the essence is given, then Acharyas further give explanations on that so that people can understand the entire activities of God. Because Lord, this Bhagavad Gita clearly says, Janma karma ch me divyam evam yo vedi tattvadha ekta deham punarjanmam naeti mameti so Arjuna. But clearly says, my janma and my karma are divya. Divya means divine. They are not in the material platform. But हम लोगों का problem क्या है? We cannot raise our thinking. We can only pull God to our level. We cannot raise to the level of God. At least in the thought. हम भगवान को अपने लेवल पे लेके आ सकते हैं. हाँ, हम भी मीट खाते हैं, आप भी मीट खाओ. हम भी मदिरा पीते हैं, आप भी मदिरा पियो. It's like we bring God to our level. There is no need. God is Atmaram. So this is the meaning of essence. She had the entire essence of the Valmiki Ramayan. So as narrated earlier by the great soul Narada, the great sage Valmiki composed the legend of Lord Rama, who was born in the dynasty of King Raghu. So this is verse number 9. So from verse number 10, it is going to describe about the entire Ramayana once again. So how many times हो गया अभी तक? कितना बार हुआ अभी तक? Short में abridged. पहला one संक्षेप रामायण. Then Brahma gives him. And this is the second time. After Brahmaji gives him advice, and Narada, now what Narada had told him, he's going to contemplate, and by the powers, the yogic meditation powers, which was given by Brahmaji, he is now going to expand the entire Ramayana. So I want someone to read for me from verse number 10. Samini, you can start reading. Those who are having the book with them, please read from the book. Yeah.
Sage Valmiki described in his writing the birth of Lord Rama, his great valor, gracefulness, love towards all beings, tolerance, gentleness, and truthfulness.
So these are the qualities which Valmiki is going to describe in his writings, right from the birth to his great qualities. Please continue.
This composition is full of different beautiful stories about Lord Rama's association with sage Vishwamitra, the breaking of the bow, Rama's marriage with Janaki Mata Sita, and many more. Should I go ahead? Go ahead.
Yeah, continue. Please continue.
Yeah. It also describes the argument between Lord Rama and Lord Parshuram on the breaking of the bow, the virtues of the king Dashrath, the preparation of Lord Rama's coronation, and the evil intentions of Kaikeyi.
Now, 1 minute. Now, I would like to ask one question. Let me ask to those who are regularly listening and reading the Ramayana. What's the difference between Sankshep Ramayana and this Ramayana? Can anyone guess this difference? Okay, I'll tell you. Sankshep Ramayana starts from the Ayodhya Kand. It does not mention about Lord Rama's marriage or birth. Whereas here, he is mentioning that he is going to start from the very birth, the very first sloka number 10, talks about the birth of Lord Rama. And that itself takes around 15 chapters. How did Lord Rama take birth? Sorry, secrets. जो रहस्य है वो सब उसमें लिखे हुए. So please understand one thing, that Rama's Sankship Ramayana starts from the Ayodhya Kand, whereas here now he is going to compose this from the Balakanda. So everything right from the birth to the various activities up to the intentions of Kaikeyi they have come. Please continue.
Along with the hindrance in the coronation of Lord Rama, it also describes his exile, the grief and the lamentation of King Dashrath, and the various places where Lord Rama took refuge during his exile. It also describes the grief of the people of Ayodhya and how Lord Rama abandoned them. Then Lord Rama's conversation with Buha, the king of the Nishad tribe, and the return of the charioteer Sumantra after leaving Lord Rama in the forest are all mentioned. Then it mentions Lord Rama's crossing of the river Ganga and this meeting with sage Bharadwaj. Then after taking guidance from that sage, it describes Lord Rama's going to Chitrakoot.
Okay, just two things we need to discuss here. First and foremost, Rama's crossing the river Ganga. Now, Ramcharitmanas gives a very detailed understanding. Different story, a different perspective. उसके पीछे कारण भी है. And Ramcharitmanas talks about the Kevat incident. How many of you know about the Kevat story? कितने लोगों को पता है केवट का? और उसका पिछले वर्ष में पता है. Kevat incident, when Ramchandra ji is about to go to board the boat, cross the river. There, the boatman is none other than one of his Parshad in the Shir Sagar. Shir Sagar means the milk of ocean. Ocean of milk. And in that person was none other than a tortoise. And the tortoise duty or rather desire was to climb up the Sheshnag, the bed on which Lord Vishnu rests, and touch his lotus feet. And who is sitting near the lotus feet? And Vishnu, when he is lying down Sheshnag, it's Lakshmi, right? Lakshmi Devi is sitting. And what does she do? What does she do?
He's massaging the legs of the Lord.
Massaging. So he is having some leg problem? Always. 365 days. पैर दबा रहे हैं, some arthritis problem.
सेवा भाव.
हाँ?
सेवा करने के, उनको सर्व करने के लिए, सेवा करने के लिए.
Okay. और something more. ये भी सही है, आपका बात तो सही है. Something more.
सेवा करने.
Huh? Can you please repeat a little louder? Okay.
Bhakti.
Please understand. Lord, it is said, feet are so soft, so tender that Lakshmi Devi doesn't massage. No hard massage. She only waves her hand over his leg so that the shadow gives a soothing feeling to the Lord's legs. Basically, trying to teach all of us. For the Sri Sampradaya, Lakshmi Devi is none other than their Acharya. Like for us, Brahmaji is Acharya. For them, it is Lakshmi Devi is Acharya. And what does Lakshmi Devi say? She says, I am a servant of God. That means what? We Jivatmas should also inculcate the same thing, that we are fit not to sit beside the Lord, but at the feet of the Lord. भगवान के चरणों में रहना है और भगवान की सेवा भाव से रहना है, ये हमारा. और जो व्यक्ति उस भाव से बैठता है, what does Lord give him? Or which place did Lord give him? लक्ष्मी जी रहती कहाँ पे? विष्णु जी के हृदय में, right? The heart of Lord Vishnu. Whenever a Jiva serves Lord sincerely, the bhav that I am your servant and my job is to serve you, Lord is so pleased that by your service, Lord gives you a chance to stay in His heart. So this is one thing which we have to understand, that we were in verse number crossing of the river.
Yeah.
So when Ramchandraji was requesting the Kevat, please let me board the boat. Kevat said, sir, sorry, I can't take it. क्यों? मेरे पास एक ही नाव, and you have got a track record. Wherever the dust of your lotus feet falls, even a stone becomes a lady. Or where does it happen? The Ahilya story, it happens, right? Ahilya was lying insignificantly in one corner, and just by the you'll have to mute everyone, Puja Mataji. You have to mute everyone and keep watching and keep doing it again. So, Lord, so it's always said that Lord's lotus feet, the dust from the Lord's lotus feet can do any miracle. And that's the reason why we devotees also search for the dust of the Lord's lotus feet. So he said, don't. If you climb on my boat, my boat will become, because of the dust of your lotus feet, my boat will become a lady. And this is my only source of bread and butter. ये मेरा रोजी रोटी है, और ये भी औरत बन गई तो इसको भी संभालेगा कौन? ऑलरेडी मेरी बीबी है, फिर और एक बीबी आ जाएगी तो मैं करूंगा. That time, Lakshmana and Sita, both are none other than Sheshnag and Lakshmi Devi. They are also standing there. Lakshmana gets very angry. How come you stop? Rama, I'll kill you. But Rama says, stop. What he says is correct. So what do I do? How do I cross the river? He says, no problem. I'll take you in my boat, but you have to first allow me to wash your feet. Because after charanon ki धूल अगर मैं धो दूंगा ना, then I won't be having any. And Ramchandraji says, okay, fine, wash my feet. And he washes the Lord's lotus feet. And he and his family takes the Charanamrit. And Lakshmi and Lakshmana, Sita and Lakshman both are helplessly watching. And you know why this Leela is done? When this tortoise was trying to climb, each time he used to try to climb and touch the feet of the Lord, either Sheshnag used to shake his body, the serpentine body of his used to shake, and the tortoise used to fall again back into the Kshir Sagar. And by chance, if he tried to reach the top, Lakshmi Devi used to just push it down. Hey, go, don't disturb my Lord. Her bhava was also correct. So Lord said, oh, you are trying so sincerely, I will give you a chance. And that is where he gave him the role of a Kevat, a boatman. And he was waiting for years together for Ramchandraji to come so that he can get this opportunity of serving him. Touching his lotus feet and washing his lotus feet, which he could not do in the Kshir Sagar. And here, when the boatman was washing his feet, Ramchandraji was smilingly looking at the Lakshmana and Sita. He said, the heart of heart, he was meaning, when he was trying to touch my lotus feet, you all were trying to push him out. Now you are helpless. You can't do anything. अब वो मेरा चरण धो रहा है, आप लोग कुछ नहीं कर सकते हो. You have to allow him because हमको बोट चाहिए, नाव चाहिए, नदी पार करने. So that is where this is mentioned. But in Valmiki Ramayan, there is no mention of any Kevat or a special character. In fact, there it mentions that Guha arranges, his friend Guha arranges for a boat, and his own men, Guha's men, row the boat quickly to the other side of the river so that he can go into the forest. Another point which is important, or which is a takeaway point for all devotees, is then after taking taking guidance from sage Bharadwaj, Bharadwaj Muni, he takes the guidance and reaches to. So when he goes to that side, he meets Bharadwaj Muni, Bharadwaj Rishi, and Bharadwaj Rishi guides him to go to Chitrakoot. He goes and asks him, where is the right place for me to stay? Boatman says, you can stay here. He said, no, I want the right place for me to stay. He says, best is go to Chitrakoot. We're going to go to the Yatra. We'll be going to Chitrakoot this year. Thanks to Vishal Prabhu, Jigar Prabhu, and Rajesh Balsara for arranging all this big, vast Yatra this time. So, Chitrakoot ka matlab kya hai? Koot means mountain. Annakut bolte hain na hum log. Whenever we are offering to more than Annakut bolte hain. What is Koot? Koot means mountain. And Chitra means beautiful. So, Chitrakoot actually means the Kamadgiri Parvat, which is a beautiful mountain. And is in that mountain where the amount of dangerous animals, reptiles, snakes, and all those creatures are very less. So Bharadwaj Muni had said him. So what is the takeaway message from this? Ramchandra ji is God himself. So what is the need for him to go and ask? Bharadwaj Muni, आप बताइए, आप गाइड कीजिए मुझे कहाँ जाना है. Lord is trying to teach. Mind you, Ramayana means at every point, Lord is teaching the Shastra to us, the Vedas to us. And यहाँ पे शास्त्र में क्या शास्त्र का क्या भाग, कौन सा भाग को सिखा रहे हैं? Whenever we are in the worldly forest, we are wandering in the worldly forest. हम सब इस भौतिक दुनिया का जो एक what do you say जंगल है. We are all lost in the jungle. Who is guide? Everyone is running for money, how to meet the ends by the end of the month, and in between some health issues, some तन दुखी तो कोई धन दुखी तो कोई मन दुखी, कोई ना कोई दुख परेशान कर रहा है इंसान को, and all that situation, people are bewildered. We are trying to seek happiness in small things, like might be TV, mobile, possessing some nice gadget, nice car, something, trying to give solace, but it is not the real solace we get. In fact, we are getting more and more depressed, because the minute you buy one gadget, the next gadget is out in the market and you feel depressed. Oh, I got the old. As long as you are having the latest gadget in your hand, you are feeling proud, not happy. Please understand, pride and happiness are two different feelings. Pride is also feeling. Your pride may be temporary, mostly it is temporary. Because when you possess something, someone else possesses something better than you. And when you see that person, you feel down. All your pride is vanished and you feel dejected. So that is the problem. We are all wandering in this forest, material forest. And what are we supposed to do? From whom are we supposed to take the guidance? It is from the acharyas, sages, and the scriptures that one should take guidance. And this is what Ramchandra ji is teaching. As I told you, Ramayana means nothing but the Vedas indirectly spoken in the form of a story. And the form of a story, what is Ramchandra ji is teaching? Oh, whenever you are wandering in a new place or you're wandering in this material world, you've got to take guidance from rishis, sages, and guru. So, unless until we don't take guidance from a guru, we will also be wandering. We will also not know where to go, where to camp ourselves, and how to progress. And it takes a detailed explanation from Bharadwaj Muni. It takes detailed instructions to go from there. So this is what has been told in very crux. Of course, we'll be studying in detail in the Ayodhya Kand. But the point is, this is the takeaway. His meeting Bharadwaj Muni is not a small thing. मन में से अरे क्या है, कहानी का एक भाग है, वहां मिले फिर आगे गए, अरे वहां मिले तो उसके पीछे कारण है. Otherwise, Valmiki Rishi is not a fool to write this. If Valmiki Rishi mentions something very, very specific, something very, very important, means it has a big understanding, some big takeaway message. Then only Valmiki write. Every verse is like an atom bomb. It takes 700 slokas of the Bhagavad Gita. Even that is each word, each Sloka is an atom. Why? It carries huge messages. Bhagavatam, Ramayana, Mahabharata, everything. Each shloka means there is no shloka which is based or not required. We are not smart enough to take the understandings. That's what people learn from this Shastra, from reading the Ramayana. Yes, whenever we are wandering in this material world, or rather, we don't know our goal, please ask your destination and goal and the way to reach it from a bona fide spiritual master. That's the important crux. Please continue. Lamini Mataji, if you're tired, let me know.
Yeah. Then the composition mentions the construction of the hut at Chitrakoot and Lord Rama's residing there. It describes the arrival of Bharata in Chitrakoot and Bharata's request to Lord Rama to return to Ayodhya. It mentions Rama's and his offering of a water oblation to his father after knowing about his father's death. Then it mentions about
this shloka discusses basically about after reaching Chitrakoot, they make a nice house. Even today, when you go, you will see the Kamatgiri Parvat is still there. And on top of the Kamatgiri Parvat, nobody is allowed to climb the Parvat today, but a small hillock. But on top was Ramchandraji's, which was built by Lakshmana. And when Lakshmana built it, it is said as per the Ramayana that Ramchandraji did one गृह प्रवेश रहना है ना थोड़ा दिन गृह प्रवेश करना जरूरी है आजकल लोग तो घर लेते हैं तो उसमें गृह प्रवेश पूजा नहीं करते हैं वास्तु पूजा नहीं करते so when Ramchandra ji can do with no amenities or rather facilities and money why can't you do you also that is that's what I said every turn of Ramayana means a teaching for us that's supposed to okay we'll discuss when we go there we'll discuss in detail please continue.
Then it mentions about Lord Rama's wooden footwear, Paduka, being enthroned by Bharat and his residing in Nandigram village, followed by Lord Rama's going to Dandakaranya forest. The killing
very
of the
famous,
demon.
Yeah, sorry. So the very famous Bharat Milap is what is described as Bharat Milap, or meeting of Bharata with Lord Ramchandra. And then the famous Paduka. Controversial everywhere. No, I don't understand why in Ramayana there are so many controversies created when it is not existing. कोई भी controversy exist नहीं कर रहे लोग create कर रहे प्रभु जी अगर वो पादुका लेके आए तो रामचंद्र जी बाद में बिना चप्पल के घूम रहे थे अरे बाबा why are you comparing yourself with God हमको पैर में चुभेगा भगवान तो सृष्टि करता है एवरीथिंग इज ही इज द नो विष्णु का मतलब क्या है विश्व के हर अणु में है ही इज देयर इन एवरी एटम so whatever stone whatever tree whatever shrub whatever water you see everything is none other than God himself in the Brahman Swarupa it's like simple to understand अगर आप किसी ऑफिस में गए office ka malik let's say you are the malik of the office you are the boss you are the owner of the company but you are not in the office right now you are in the house the office has started 9 o'clock the office has started but you have not gone to the office today you're going to go late everything in the office is there the table the chair the fan the AC the documents everything is there but who is the owner you may not be physically be present there but still though as a owner you are there and the person sitting there will think अरे ये टेबल मस्त है ये चेयर मस्त है ये लैपटॉप मस्त है मैं घर पे लेके जाऊंगा can he take no because it is under someone's possession and then at 11 o'clock or 12 o'clock you enter the office and now they see you as a person oh, you are the person अरे you are whether you are there in the office or not all those things are your possessions and are working under your instructions. You tell your office accountant, you tell your office boy to work accordingly, and though you are not physically there, you are working. They are working. Similarly, Lord may not be present in this world physically at every moment, But mind you, every atom, Lord, is already existing. So there is nothing. That's why Lord says in the Bhagavad Mata Parakramna Kinchit Asit Dhananjaya. Mai idam sarva proktam sutre managani ivaha. He says, Mata Parakramna Anyat Kinchit Asit Dhananjaya. Mujhse pare, other than me, there is nothing in this world. Kinchit मतलब कुछ भी नहीं है. मतलब परत्रम, मुझसे अलग, मुझसे सेपरेट, मुझसे ग्रेट, नथिंग. मतलब परत्रम किंचित अस्तित्व धनंजय, धनंजय हो अर्जुना, कुछ भी नहीं है. मैं इदम सर्वप्रोक्तम सूत्रीय मणिगणी वह, जैसे एक मोती का माला है. Can you see मोती का माला? And how does मोती का माला strung? Is strung through a string, right? एक धागे से उसको पिरोते हैं, बट वो धागा दिखता है क्या? Can you ever see the string in the moti mala? But it is the string which is holding the motis in place. The minute you cut the string, all the entire mala will shatter. All the moti danas will fall down. What do we understand? क्या समझ में आता? Come on, tell me, what do you understand? अरे, it is God who is holding everything in place. आज साइंटिस्ट आके बोलते सर ग्रेविटेशनल फोर्स की वर्सेस हम लोग सब इधर हैं, स्पेस में ग्रेविटी नहीं है, इधर है. Which grandfather came and put gravitational force? That's magnetic force. Achha, who got the magnetic force? Sir, our Earth is standing in the air in the orbit. How is it standing? Read the Bhagavad Gita. Lord says, "Dharayam aham ojasaha." I am the one who's holding the planets in space. चाहे वो चंद्रमा हो, धरती हो, कुछ भी हो, everything is being held in place by God Himself. क्या समझना है? अरे मुझे वो पादुका का अभी तक क्लियर है विषय. अरे बाबा, पहले समझो, भगवान सब जगह है, उनको चप्पल की जरूरत नहीं है. उन्होंने अपने चरणों से पूरे धरती को पावन किया. He has made this entire land, stretch of land of India, extremely sacred and pious. But लोगों को अभी भी है, let me go abroad and enjoy life. Many people are there. कई माँ बाप हैं, बच्चों को जन्म ही इसके लिए देते हैं ताकि वो फॉरेन में जाए, फॉरेन में जाए, बड़े हो, सुखी रहो. आप सुखी है, बार बार बोलेंगे मेरे बच्चे वहां सुखी हैं. सुख शायद होगा अगर भक्ति यहीं पे. रामचंद्र जी यहाँ जन्म लिए. टेल मी, रामचंद्र जी टेकिंग बर्थ इन स्विट्जरलैंड, रोम, जर्मनी, इटली, क्या क्या कहाँ घूमने जाते हैं, यूएस. रामचंद्र जी यहाँ जन्म. और हम लोग क्या कर रहे हैं सुख भोगने के लिए? Going to foreign countries like foods. One more point which we have to understand. Paduka. I will explain in detail when we are reading the Ayodhya Kand, but please understand. पादुका जो था वो एक सेरेमोनियल पादुका था. It was taken by रामचंद्र जी to चित्रकूट, sorry, by भरता to चित्रकूट. क्यों? भरत ने क्या बोला था? I will not get Ramchandra ji here and coronate him. I will coronate him in the jungle itself and bring him in the forest itself. I will coronate him. उसका राज्याभिषेक वहीं पे कर दूंगा और लेके आऊंगा. एंड कॉर्नेशन का कई सारी सामग्री लगती है, उसमें से एक सामग्री था ये पादुका. और इसका प्रूफ, आजकल साइंटिफिक जमाना है, प्रूफ. सीसीटीवी तो है ही नहीं अभी तक, बस रामचंद्र जी के टाइम पे सीसीटीवी तो था नहीं. तो व्हाट इज द प्रूफ? अरे आज भी आप चले जाओ चित्रकूट, यू आर गोइंग टू गो इन चित्रकूट, दैट वेल इज देयर. भरतकूट आज भी है. एंड व्हाट इज द स्पेशलिटी ऑफ द वेल? Bharat had bought the waters of the 7 rivers and various sacred oceans along with him with the Paduka to Chitrakoot to coronate Ramchandra. When Ramchandra ji said, I am not going to get coronated, I am not going to come back with you to Ayodhya, I am going to stay in the forest and complete my exile of 14 years. That is the time when Bharat requests him, please put your feet on this Paduka and give me. Now this has become the official king. and I will keep it as the king, and I will stay. He kept it. He kept the Paduka in Ayodhya, and he was staying in Nandigram. आज भी वो जगह है, हम लोग वो भी जाएंगे, उस जगह पे भी जाएंगे, नंदीग्राम में, जहाँ पे वो जमीन के नीचे, below the earth, was staying. So it's please understand, and all the water she had bought, which Ramchandra said, I will not use this ingredient. And what is the purpose behind getting all the ingredients and getting the coronation done in the Chitrakoot? I mean, most of them must not be knowing. Kaikeyi had requested 2 boons from Dashrath. First boon, Ramchandra ji should go to exile for 14 years. In fact, she says 9 plus 5. She doesn't take 14 directly. She says 9 plus 5. And then, second boon she asks is, with the same preparations made for the coronation of Lord Ramchandra ji, using those same ingredients, my son Bharata will be coronated. Bharata came to know about this when he came back after Darshan Maharaj had passed away because of the grief of Ramchandra ji having left the kingdom. Bharata said, I will use the same things, same ingredients, coronate Lord Ramchandra ji. That is why he took along with him. And जब रामचंद्र जी ना बोल दिया था, तो वो सारा जल उन्होंने उस कूप में डाला. आज भी वो कूप है. And then he took the Paduka and he bought it and kept it. So, of course, still a lot of things to be discussed. But again, all controversies are to be solved. You know, many controversies are there. प्रभु जी रामचंद्र जी का पादुका लेके चले गए. One great personality asked me once, बड़ी मूर्ति ने पूछा, अगर पहले से भरत पादुका लेके गए तो मतलब उसको पता था कि रामचंद्र जी नहीं आने वाले हैं, तो शरणागति कहाँ गई? ज्यादा बुद्धि रहता है वो भी खतरनाक. Anything excess, including brain, intelligence, excess is dangerous. So what did he ask? He asked me. In fact, this question was asked to me. मैंने शरणागति नहीं है. अरे, where is the question of Ramchandra ji when Bharat carrying an extra pair of slippers and saying, if you are not coming, put your leg on this slipper, I'll take it and I'll keep it as a king. So please understand that each incident has been many a times been misinterpreted, but we have to understand. Please continue.
The killing of the demon Viradha is also described. Sage Valmiki further mentions Lord Rama's meeting with sages like Sarabhanga and Sudikshnena, and the meeting of Sita with Mata Anusuya. Also, the gifting of cosmetics to be applied on the body is given in detail in the composition.
This place is still there in Chitrakoot. Very beautiful place. Banks on Mandakini River, it is still there. Very beautiful. Please continue.
Also, the details of the Lord Rama's meeting sage Agastya and taking the bow, his conversation with Surpanaka, and the disfiguring of her face have been mentioned.
So this confirm, disfiguring of the face is there. So disfiguring of the face means, I mean, Surpanaka story itself is a very vast topic. आज का पूरा lecture उसमें चला जाएगा. So we continue ahead. We'll discuss when we come to that. Okay.
The killing of the demons Khara and Tirisara, the rise of Ravan, the killing of Maricha, and the kidnapping of Sita Mata are all given in detail in the composition of sage Valmiki. The anguish of Lord Rama, the killing of the vulture king Jatayu, and then his seeing the demon Kabanda and the Pampa lake are also described.
This is, we are talking about killing of Jatayu, the friend of Dashrath, who was taking care, brother of Sampati, the elder brother of Sampati. And when he is killed, then Rama goes searching. There he goes to the Pampa lake and पंपा लेक में आज भी वो कभी जाएंगे. That is all this place comes under Hampi, and there Shabri Muni's Shabri's ashram. Sorry, Shabri Muni. Shabri's ashram is there, where Shabri waited for Lord Ramchandra. That place is still there. Yes, continue.
The composition mentions Lord Rama's meeting with Shabari Mata and his eating of those fruits and roots offered by her with great devotion, and thus the relief of all his grief. His meeting with Hanuman on the banks of Pampa Lake is described.
It's a beautiful description. The meeting of Hanuman with Lord Ramchandra. Oh, I should not reveal the secrets right now, but still I can't stop myself. I'll definitely describe a few. When Ramchandraji sees Hanuman, Hanuman has been cursed, or rather, cursed by sages, because when he was childhood, he had immense power, but he used to trouble with his powers. Speciality of his troubling was जानबूझ के एक शेर को बांध के रखता था किसी ऋषि मुनि के दरवाजे में. The minute he used to open the door, the tiger used to come and pounce. Again, he used to close the door, waiting for the tiger to go. But the tiger cannot go. It has been tied with a rope. Poor fellow, he has to go out for the toilet also, he cannot go. So he has to come, jump out of the window and go. All this, there are various types. I'm just mentioning one, various types of mischief which Hanumanji used to do when he was a small child. So it so happened that all the sages together told him, now you'll forget your powers. And even Vayu Devata asked him, you curse them to forget the powers, how will you remember? No, don't worry, when the Lord will see him, he will automatically remember. So still he was poor. Is my voice clear?
Yes, Prabhuji.
Prabhuji.
Yeah, fine. So finally, then Ramchandraji sees. There's a beautiful commentary given by Acharyas just for one word. Bhujau. The word used in the shloka is Bhujau. Bhujau means, what is the meaning of Bhuja? Bhuja means arm. Bhujau means arms. Doesn't mean two. It means when Hanuman went to see Lord Ramchandraji shows him the four-handed form. As I mentioned earlier, Surpanaka also he showed the four-handed form. Surpanaka was quietly going, but when she saw the four-handed form, she became attracted. And then he started talking. Kabhi jo uski stree se kabhi baat nahi kiya, Ramchandra ji spoke with Surpanaka. He wanted to use her as an instrument so that Sita gets kidnapped and then he will go and kill Ravana. And of course, killing the 14,000 Rakshasas staying at Janmasthan. So here, it is beautifully mentioned that he shows a 400 form. That is why Hanuman says, your 400 form, your hands need to be covered. It's a plural form. Your hands need to be covered with some abharana. Abharana means ornaments. Means you're looking so charming, so handsome, so beautiful. आपके ऊपर नजर लग जाएगा. Someone will cast an evil eye on you because you're so charming. So that's why this prasanga, what we see here, and there he identifies Hanuman also very clearly, because nobody can see a necklace which Hanuman is wearing. Only Lord can see and tells Brahmaji. Brahmaji had told him that the person who comes and tells you there is an ornament in your neck, you understand he is the Lord whom you are supposed to serve. And then he remembers that. And then he starts serving Ramchandra. That very much. So when that incident is also very nice. We'll take a couple of slokas and then we'll stop. Yeah.
Then Lord Rama's meeting with Sugriva after reaching the Rishyamukha mountains is mentioned, generating confidence in Sugriva, Lord Rama making friends with him, and the comeback between Vali and Sugriv are also described. Sage Valmiki also describes the killing of Vali, the coronation of Sugriva as king of the monkeys, and the mourning of Tara, Vali's wife. As agreed by Sugriva, Lord Rama's stay at Kishkinda for the period of monsoon is also described.
That's a beautiful place. It's all comes to Rama. It's called Malyavan. It's an antique rock temple. You can see still there. It's really magnificent. And you can't imagine how man must have built. It's on the top of a hillock, small hillock. It's a huge temple campus, huge temple. 24 hours Ramayana is read in that temple. And that's a place where Ramchandra stayed for the 4 months of. Yes, continue.
Then it mentions the Vrat of Lakshmana, the lion of the Raghu race, since Sugriva delayed in helping Lord Ram. It describes Sugriva's dispatching his assembled troops in different directions after giving them descriptions and orientation of all different places on the earth.
Okay, we'll discuss this verse and then we'll close to discuss. Already said 6, but just give me 5 minutes. Then it mentions about the wrath of Lakshmana. Now, what is a wrath? Lakshmana को गुस्सा क्यों आया? Wrath means anger. Lakshmana को गुस्सा क्यों आया? Because Sugriv ने क्या promise किया था? There was a deal signed. Those days political pacts are signed. It's not that only today in Israel, Iraq, and war with Pakistan, pacts are signed. Pacts were signed in those days, in those eras also. So the deal was Sugriv will help, Rama will help Sugriv defeat Vali or conquer Rali. And then in return, Sugriv and his monkey team will help him get search Sita and help him to get Sita. What was the deal? Why was this deal signed? किसी को याद है? मैंने explain किया था पहले. क्यों वाली से भी deal कर सकता था? क्यों सुग्रीव से deal कर रहा है? वाली से deal करके क्यों directly राजा से deal कर सकता? भाई से क्यों deal? What was the need?
Because he was supporting Ravan.
Huh?
Because he had done some pact with Ravan.
He had already had some friendly, unfriendly pact with Ravan. They call it friendly or unfriendly or a political pact. You don't know. But the pact was Ravan will never interfere with Vali and Vali will never interfere with Ravana. Which Ramchandra ji doesn't kill the bad person alone. Those associated with bad people are also condemned. That is what we learn from the Ramayana. जो व्यक्ति बुरे लोगों के साथ संग करता है वो भी भगवान को अप्रिय रहते हैं. जो बुरे होते हैं वो तो अप्रिय होते ही हैं, और उनका जो संग करते हैं भले वो बुरा ना करे और उनका संग करना ही एक पाप होता है और भगवान उसके लिए भी दंड देते हैं. And last but not the least, pact was signed. Vali was killed 4 months. He was in Malyavan, that is one of the mountain tops, and Sugriv was enjoying nicely 4 months with his wife, liquor, drinking, everything. Pakka king's happiness, or so to say, king's enjoyment. But all this enjoyment was going on. That time, when the period was 4 months was over, Lakshmana gets angry. उसको एक काम दिया था, वो कर क्यों नहीं रहा है वो काम? Why is he not executing that work? Immediately, Lakshmana goes. रामचंद्र जी थोड़ा धमका के आ जाना, बस काम हो जाएगा. Lakshmana बहुत गुस्से में. Of course, there's a big Tara comes and tries to pacify and all that. But what does the small incident signify? हम जीव भी है ना, भगवान से कुछ मांगते रहते हैं. We also keep begging from God something material, something beneficial. But when we get that thing, we forget the very giver of that. भगवान ने हमको कुछ दिया है, वो मिलने के बाद क्या हम भगवान का सेवा करते हैं? Are we interested in serving God? Are we interested in taking care of God, or even rather say thanks to Him? बस काम हो गया, बाय बाय. जब तक काम नहीं हुआ, अरे शनिवार मंदिर जाएंगे, मंगलवार जाएंगे, या रोज मंगल आरती में जाके खड़े हो जाएंगे, भगवान को अच्छा भोग लगाएंगे. क्यों? To get our work done. And the minute our work is done, like Sugriva, we also tend to forget the promises. Even if you are doing karmakand, one should not give up your promises. आपका काम एक जीवात्मा के अंदर एक कॉमन प्रॉब्लम है। तो जी मैं पहला बहुत स्ट्रिक्ट था, अब मैं स्ट्रिक्ट हूँ, क्यों? मेरा काम हो गया? नहीं, you have to continue the same vigor, the same system and the same sincerity, whether your work is done or not by God. What you deserve, you will get. Don't ask for. Okay, with this, I would like to close today's session. Anybody has got any doubts, questions, can ask.